Hi ladies, you're about to take your very first journey on the Wheel of the Year, and this is our Samhain journey. And journeying needs a little bit of explanation before we just jump straight into it. So a journey is a experience where you use the mind to travel within your unconscious. So that would say some people call it traveling in between the worlds. I like to focus on it's traveling on your unconscious. And you use your imagination to do this. And some people have once said, well, if you imagine it, how can you actually say what you're feeling is real? And I'm going to quote to you guys something that Albus Dumbledore says to Harry Potter in J.K. Rowling's books, where Harry asked Dumbledore, what was it he said? If this is all happening in my mind, how can I tell if it's really real? And Dumbledore says to Harry, well, just because it's happening in your mind doesn't mean it's not real. And I really need you to hold that in focus when you're doing this in your first journeys. Now, journeying can take a very, very, very long time to learn. I think it took me about 5-6 years, if not more. And I'm still learning every time I take a journey. So there's a few things that you need to do. The first is absolutely need to have a comfortable space. You need sort of a mattress, a blanket. So this could be your bedroom. Don't use your duvet if you're using your bed because that makes you think of going to sleep. And a journey is different to that. So you need something over you that's going to keep you warm. You need to make sure you are not going to be disturbed. So tell people in the house that you're not to be disturbed for the next 30 minutes and that you need, or at least an hour actually, and that you need quiet. If you can't arrange it with the people that you live with, then you need to try and do it in the morning or after everyone's gone to sleep. You are going to be using videos, so you also need to take that into account if you're going to be using it when everyone else has gone to sleep in the house. The other thing is you obviously need to turn off your mobile telephone. The reason for this is that when you're doing a journey, because you're working deep within your unconscious, you don't want to be suddenly broken out of it. So somebody rushing into the room and calling your name or ringing on the phone or bringing an SMS, that's going to interrupt the focus for you. And it can be actually very damaging energetically to be working very deeply in your unconscious and then suddenly, bam, you're back in your conscious again. We need to take the transition. So it's really important you do not get disturbed. The other thing with journeying is that sometimes when you come back from a journey, it can be very difficult to come back into your body. You may feel like your skin's too big or your skin's too small or things just don't feel right or you feel very dizzy and not really back in your body. The best thing to do at this point, and you're going to love this, is eat chocolate. Seriously, eat chocolate. Something about the chocolate actually brings us back into our body. Dark chocolate is better, though personally I don't really like it. But just eat chocolate. In fact, eat as much chocolate as you like. You don't get to do that very often, so enjoy it. And then afterwards, drink some water. Always after journeying, even if you feel like you come back fine, drink water and make sure you keep drinking a lot of water throughout the day. It's the same as doing yoga or having a massage. You're doing something chemically different with your body, so you need to just refresh the system and drink the water to get it through. And then do something completely normal. If you're fine after the journey and you feel like you've come back, write it down and then carry on with the rest of the workshop. If you feel like you're not quite in your body, again, write down the journey, or you can draw it. I choose to draw it. And then go do something normal for half an hour, 40 minutes, not on the computer, but, go do the washing up or go to the toilet or take a walk outside in some fresh air, take the dog for a walk, whatever works for you, but just do something normal and then come back to it because you need to make sure that you're in your body when you're doing the rest of the journeys and the rest of the workshop. Sorry, my brain's not entirely with it today. What else? Yes, very important. You may meet different entities or creatures or people that you knew that had now passed on, or even people that you know from today during a journey. If you meet somebody you think, or something you think, don't really feel good about you, there's something funny going on here, then what you can say to that creature is, are you here in love and light? Because only creatures that are there in love and light, only people that are there in love and light in your internal world can reach you. If it's not there in love and light, then it's going to bugger off, basically. If it doesn't respond, try again. And after 3 times, if it's just basically being nosy and wants to see what's going on, it will go away. If not, you'll have started a dialogue with it, so that will also be interesting. Now, when you start journeying, like I said before, it's really challenging. So we're going to do something which is a bit of a blending of journeying, and also it's something called visualization. A guided visualization is where somebody leads you into, sort of plays a story in your mind, tells you what's going on, tells you what's to see. The journeying is when you actually do that without being told what it is that you're about to do. So what we'll do is I'll guide you in, I'll tell you the story, you're going to use your imagination to see the pictures in your mind of what I'm telling you. And then there'll come a point where I'll go away. And by this point, you should be so deeply within your REM, you should be so relaxed and within your unconscious that you can go off and walk within this world. Then I'll come back and get you and I'll guide you with a visualization out again. Now, you may get signs or symbols. I mean, when you go for a journey, you very, very, very rarely get a clear conversation like we're having now. You will possibly get signs, you will see symbols. They might not make any sense to you, but when you come back, write them down or draw them. And 6 months from now, something will happen. You'll suddenly go, that's what it meant. So don't worry if you don't understand it all straight away. So now you need to get yourself ready, because the next video is the journey. You need to get yourself prepared by laying down, getting your blanket over you, making sure you've got your chocolate and your water next to you. So pause this if you need to and get yourself ready and have a wonderful journey. Journeying is a wonderful experience. It's a really good way to get to know ourselves and connect internally, but it also helps us connect with the outside world as well. So have fun, and I look forward to hearing about your journeys.